Hello everyone and welcome back to Embody the Roar Tarot. My name's Elisa and today I'm going to be doing an Oracle Pick a Card reading centered on the Jupiter Cazimi, which falls today, April 11th. Now the Jupiter Cazimi is considered by astrologers to be the luckiest day of the year because Jupiter, the planet of opportunity and abundance, is conjunct the Sun, which is all around our self and our vitality, our energy. So as you can imagine, it's like a super powered engine for opportunity and abundance in our lives today. So you may be feeling a little bit more excited today, a little bit more grateful, and this is a really beautiful time to sow seeds of manifestation and to start to use this energy to really propel you forward. So in today's Oracle card reading, pick a card reading, I will be using the infinite wisdom of the chakras for this reading. And so what I'm going to have you do is choose a gemstone that you feel connects with you and it's associated with a specific card, and then I'll give a reading around that card. So the first stone that we have is Rhodonite, which is this beautiful pink and black stone. It's one of my favorites because it's all about compassion and emotional balance. So this is a really good stone when you want to feel more emotionally secure and centered. Okay, so that's associated with card number 1. Our second stone is Cinnabrite, and it's a little hard to see, but it has like white and pink speckles in it. And Cinnabrite is considered the merchant stone. So this is all about attracting prosperity and wealth. So it's really nice to palm and to meditate with when that's what you're calling in, is wealth and prosperity, which I couldn't imagine, has a more strong connection with Jupiter than this stone. And then lastly, we have Sodalite. How beautiful this is. I love this stone. It has a nice mix of like tan and blue colors. And today I wanted to choose speckled stone, so that was the common theme between all three. But Sodalite is all about creating more mental clarity, connecting with your intuition and with your self-expression. So I'll have you take a moment to look at each of the cards. Okay, so if you chose Rhodonite, then your card is card number 2, Sacral Chakra, water. So look at how beautiful this depiction is, showing the color of the sacral chakra, which is this bright orange, and then the beautiful symbol in the middle there. And so our sacral chakra is located right beneath our navel, above our root chakra, which is at the base of our spine. And really, the reason that it's associated here with water is because it's what connects us to our emotions and to our creativity. So if the root chakra is what grounds us to the earth, the sacral chakra is what grounds us essentially to our emotional state and our essence. And so really this card, if you chose it, is helping you to connect with your emotions. And I can't think of something that's more associated with Rhodonite, which is all about compassion and emotional balance. So during this Jupiter Cazimi, you might need to really connect to your essence. Really, I like to think about the sacral chakra as a place that not only our creativity is stored, but really our soul's journey, our purpose. It's where our sensuality also lies, in our sacral chakra, which is, right around our sexual organs. It is also our relationships. So, our relationships all are mirrors for our own relationship with ourselves. I always like to say that. So, what we want to do is create an inner sanctuary within ourselves, an inner dwelling place where we can meet ourselves, where we can feel connected to our essence, to our soul, to our heart's cry, right? And so during this Jupiter Cazimi, I would really encourage you to tune into what makes you you. This could also be a really beautiful time to connect with your emotions. And, if you don't necessarily consider yourself to be an emotional person, that can be in whatever way makes sense to you, whether this looks like soaking in a bathtub or going for a walk or talking with a good friend. That's part of, ways that we can kind of connect with our emotions. But sometimes it also looks like sitting in silence and just tuning into this area, again, right beneath our navel, and asking, what it wants to tell us. What does your creativity want to tell you? What is your relationship with your creativity? What is your relationship with your sensuality? What is your relationship with your emotions? And being really curious about this is going to be very powerful. Okay, so the power statement associated with this that I think you can usher in during this Jupiter Cazimi is, I take time for the divine play and flow that is calling me home. Oftentimes, it could be really hard, right, to live on this earth and be like, I have so many things to do. And it can almost seem like a chore to be able to connect with our creativity, our expression, our feelings, etc. But it's from that place that everything flows. Maybe it's not about working so hard. Maybe it's about tuning in and being more connected so it doesn't feel like work, right? So I encourage you, during this Jupiter Cazimi, take some time to go inward, have fun, connect with your sensuality, connect with play and pleasure, and have some fun with your inner child, because that is going to help open you up to more opportunity and abundance this Jupiter Cazimi period. So congratulations, card number 1. I think this is going to be a really fun and beautiful time for you, but make sure to take time to release, let out that emotion, and tune in to whatever your spirit and your soul is communicating to you. All right, I love you. On to the next. Okay, card number 2. If you chose this card, the stone associated with the reading is this beautiful Cinnabrite, which, as I mentioned, is the Merchant's Stone. And the card associated with this reading is number 10, Family Healing and Trust. And it says, trust in the support of your earth soul family. Now, this card specifically is associated with the root chakra. It's our connection to the earth. And this connection to the earth is really what makes us feel alive, what makes us feel present within our bodies, right? And so this card is all about tuning into the heritage, to the love, to the soul family that you have. Now, many of us, including myself, don't actually have relationships with our earthly family for one reason or another. And that, unfortunately, is just a part of life, right? Sometimes we just don't get along and they just don't align with who we are. And so I know for my own life, that's been a journey, right? To create a soul family to really replace and be there for me like my earth family never could. And so this card is really getting to that. It doesn't mean that you have to have this tense relationship with your family, but you might be growing in new ways. And so this also might be an encouragement to seek out more soul family. If you do have a beautiful relationship with your family, that is amazing, but continue to really cultivate relationships that align with who you are as a person and will help nurture you throughout your path. Okay, and this is going to be really helpful because that's going to help ground you. And I have a sense that this Merchant Stone, which is all about attracting abundance, it sometimes means making sure that you're surrounded by people who align with you so that you're attracting the right energy, you're attracting the right opportunities this Jupiter Cazimi. And I always think we do a lot more when many are gathered, right? In Christianity, they say when two or more are gathered. And not that I'm religious anymore, but I do think there is power in numbers and there is power in aligned energy. So this season, this Jupiter Cazimi season, I would encourage you to call on those relationships that really feel synergistic and symbiotic to you, that feel like they really get you, and find ways to just connect those roots in with them. You can also, if you do have a beautiful relationship with your family and they reflect your values and beliefs, make sure to cultivate time with them, because that's going to really help root in some of these manifestations that you're creating. And so the power statement associated with this card is, I trust in the loving heart of my earth soul family. So really taking time to feel supported, nurtured, as well as and trusting of those people with whom you feel close connection to. So really encourage you during this time, root on in, and thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. And now I'll head on to card number 3. Okay, if you chose card number 3, your stone is this beautiful blue Sodalite. And Sodalite is associated with mental clarity, intuition, and self-expression. And what's beautiful about that is that the card that you chose is of the Priestess. It's number 34, Intuition. And the card reads, connect to the highest wisdom of the divine feminine. And so this card is associated, as you can see right here, with the third eye, Ajna chakra. Our third eye is how we connect to divine level wisdom, to our own inner intuition and our own knowing. And Isis, which is the goddess depicted on here, is really the goddess of intuition, of inner resilience and strength. And so this card is all about helping to spiritually activate your intuition. And so that's why many times people will connect with the power of Isis to be able to do so. And wisdom is very different, right, than labor and struggle and intelligence. It's understanding that we have within us what we need to further our paths, right? And so it's asking you right now to really connect to that intuition, connect to your inner knowing, and allow yourself to be spiritually activated. This is a really beautiful time during the Jupiter Cazimi to envision the ideal life of your dreams. So I would really encourage you to go into this space. It's almost like, I like to think about our third eye as like, if I had a big movie screen and I was tuning into what I needed to see, what would be on that screen? What would be my journey? What is the wisdom that I need to know? So perhaps you have some questions at this time around what you need in the moment, or what your future will look like, or how this will happen. And so it's a really beautiful time to tune into your own inner knowing. Okay. And so, if you do feel called to connect with the power of Isis, there's a number of different meditations, I'm sure, that you can find online. And you can also read more about her story, just to connect with that type of wisdom and to use the power of her light to be able to activate yourself spiritually. And that's how we create and do magical things, is by tuning into our own intuition. Because I find that if I'm thinking really hard or overworking, I'm usually thinking outside of myself and how the outcome will be, versus like the wisdom that I have to know, okay, I think this is my truth and this is how I want to communicate that. So it might also be a time for this expression on your part, and really just trying on new things, new behaviors, and not being scared about the how, just knowing that if you feel called and aligned with something, then there's a reason for that, right? And so the power statement associated with this card is, as a divine being of light, I awaken the dormant knowledge within me. So now is the time to really clear away any perceptions that are not yours, and start to envision and tune into that inner knowing and inner wisdom that you already have. And I think that's going to help you envision what it is that you desire to bring upon about your life in terms of opportunity and abundance. So congratulations, card number 3. This sounds like a really beautiful time for you to tap into what you already know. And I'm sending you lots of love. And, as I always say, if you're interested in doing any sort of a tarot reading with me or astrology reading, I would love to meet with you one-on-one. You can find my information at embodytheroar.com. Otherwise, I will continue to share these videos with you. I love communicating with you. I love doing these readings. They feed me too. So sending you lots of love during this Jupiter Cazimi, and good luck.